We got about 10 minutes or so to go in the program tonight. Our part two, our live celebration of the life and music of Prince. And we'll have this show in its entirety up for streaming and download at our website, upperroomwithjoeKelley.com tonight. As soon as I get home and get something to eat, and then we'll have it up there. But right now we're going to welcome a lady who, just a great friend of our show, who has been awful busy as of late. You saw her as a member of The Voice. She was shining up there, but we first encountered Tamar Davis, as not too many people can have this to their resume. Prince was a backing musician to this young lady's concert career as she went on tour, and Prince played guitar primarily for your own tour. Tamar Davis, welcome.
Hey, guys. This is family, so thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And we just want to pass along our condolences on Prince, and man, a shock to, I'm sure, you, and what's been going on lately, and how you dealing with this?
You know, I mean, at this point, I haven't taken many interviews because at the end of the day, like, that man was like a friend to my family, and I'm sure for like everyone else, it's still like a weird feeling. I mean, it's just a lot going on in our world. And let's be real about it. And he just happens to be the consummate icon, you know. And I think I can't speak for everyone, but I can only speak for myself and people I've been speaking to. You almost felt like Prince was either immortal, or you felt like he was like gonna live to like 90, 100 and something years old, because
right.
Outside of what he did tangibly, he didn't eat meat and stuff like that. You know, you just, I don't know. And I feel like God is just. And I'm a very spiritual person, and I feel like sometimes God just makes this thing where, you know, he's always going to show he's God. And I think with Prince's passing, I still just can't believe it. I literally cannot believe it. Like, it's almost like, God, I can't believe you called this one home. You know,
Right.
It's just, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, the other day, my wife and I were sitting around the house, and we were talking about how many, you know, I got tons of music and tons of Prince music, and we said, you know what, all this music, you know, Prince may outlive us all, you know, like my brothers are going to get all this music, and they're probably just going to put it away or throw it out, and, you know, and here we're dealing, unbelievable, right?
I totally agree. Totally agree. And, you know, it's crazy. Everybody thought that. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just us and the Prince fam. It was everybody, you know? I don't know. Life is precious. This is the first time I've had anyone so close to me pass away. I can honestly say that, knock on wood. But it just, you know, growing up, you didn't know anything about death, you know. You thought it was just for old people. And his heart and his spirit was nowhere near his age. I mean, I didn't even know Prince was 57. And I saw him last year and never would have thought he was 57, you know. Mm-hmm. When I look at my parents, I don't think they're in their 60s. They remind me of the 40s, you know. Right. So it's just a time for everyone to really regroup. The Prince fam has been so amazing. I purposely have not even looked at things across the nation just because it's just too overwhelmingly emotionally great. But at the same time, like, when Michael Jackson passed, it was an out-of-body experience. But with Prince, it's like, that's family. You know, it's I don't know how to recover from it. Only God's grace and mercy and his peace every single day. I have not even really focused on getting in the gym and just working out, because it's like a piece of me. It's just like, you know, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I really don't know, you know.
Yeah, just a sadness, anger, you know, fear, whatever. You know, everything's wrapped up in different times of day. You go through a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah, I totally agree.
Mm-hmm. Now we know that Prince brought you into his Paisley Park family, and, you know, a lot of people, I'm sure, were jealous that, hey, Tamar Davis, she's touring and Prince is playing guitar behind him. How did that come about?
I mean, it's a long story, but let me tell you the shorter story. I mean, I recorded in Paisley Park when I was 11 years old, or I can't even remember. I should really talk to my parents about this age day. But, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like, you know, when you do what God has given you to do. You're not thinking of the time and when it was. And now it's like almost like I have to be valid with the time and how old I was. But in 2005, I was invited to Prince's house for a video shoot by Tamar Davis. And long story short, the extras who were in the video were invited back. And I just went up to him and I just reintroduced myself to him. And I say reintroduced because he recorded a remake of Somewhere Over the Rainbow for me when I was 11, and I recorded it at Paisley Park. In 2005, I just went up to him and reintroduced myself and said who I was. And Prince was very welcoming. Like, he was at the stairs and greeting people as they left, greeting people as they came. And that's what made me go up to him and say something. And from there, we kind of vibed out, me, him, and one of my friends. It was a drum loop. My friend was playing keys. I was coming up with melodies at the top of my head. And, and of course, I was nervous. I was completely nervous. I was, like drenched sweating. And Manuela at the time, which was his wife, gave me a towel. And, we talked till, like, the sun came up. And I want people to understand, like, Prince really exuded music and the vision of being a free artist in this music industry. It was not about, like, I never saw him be extravagant and money and gold-plated plates and the things that you hear that stars talk about. I have to have this in my dressing room. He was actually the total opposite. We did the 11-city tour. We just pulled up to the performance venue and performed and left. He was such a blessing to my family. I remember it wasn't until after he passed that I would see all these messages come in and say, thank you for introducing me to Prince. Thank you for inviting me to his house. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then it dawned on me, like, that's how great he was. He'd be like, Tamar, I'm going to come to your show with Mr. Perry that you're in. Do you want to invite the cast over? And he would perform for my cast members.
Right.
And it's stuff like that, like, you could never just remember because it was just him. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like a surprise. That's the relationship God blessed me to have with him, was to be a little sister to him, and he literally was an uncle. So that's how I met him.
Yeah,
that's literally how I met him.
Tamar Davis is our special guest, and she's been real busy. Want to thank her for right now joining us in the midst of a really difficult time for her. And she just came off a great stint with The Voice, and we were watching and cheering you on. Did you hear from Prince anything regarding when you were decided to join that show?
No, I didn't. I actually did not tell him.
Okay.
And it's various reasons why. The last time I saw Prince, the first thing that he told me was, well, I told him I was doing Motown Musical, and he came to see me as Diana Ross in Motown Musical. But I remember something he told me, and he said, Tamar, you should be doing your own stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to say you should do your own stuff when the music business is constantly evolving. And, of course, as an independent artist, you're always thinking, well, how do I get in, and how do I do this? And Prince is one of those people that always made you understand that the gift God has given you is what you're supposed to use. You can't worry about if someone's going to answer your phone calls or if someone will put you on your stage. You have that power to do that, and you have to create that stage for yourself. And that's literally what he told me, and I was excited to do Motown Musical. He ended up coming to see me perform, the very next day. But I don't know, guys. Like, I'm speechless just like everybody else right now. Right. It's hard to even answer the questions because you're put on stage to answer the questions, but it's just like the most surreal moment in time. It really is. Now you had a record, Milk and Honey, which never saw the light of day. Do you ever want it to be out there? At this time, I can't discuss it, but I can say it would just be an absolute blessing to get those songs out there. I don't care what kind of money it makes. It could go to a nonprofit that anybody chooses. I really absolutely don't care. Right. God has blessed me so much. Like, I don't care what happens with financially. I don't care to take a cent off the record. I just want you guys to hear how much of a genius it was. He took my ideas and made them like platinum gold.
Right.
And the thing about Prince is he had a sound, and sound is a biblical thing. It has a frequency to it. It has a thing that makes you, turn to and fro on how you feel And that's what Prince did, hands down, more than anybody else. And I don't want to sound biased, but the experience of Prince is definitely different from the entertaining Prince. And Prince was an experience. And so for Milk and Honey to ever come out, God willing, it will be an experience that everyone gets to hear what I felt in the studio. And each one of those songs, I remember exactly how they were recorded, when they were recorded, you know, what he said during certain songs and where we were and what studios. Like, that's how detailed Milk and Honey was. So if it ever drops, you know, once again, you guys support it. I mean, choose which charity you want the finances to go to. Seriously, like, that's just where it is right now.
Yeah, Tamar Davis has been kind enough to join us, and we're about to wrap up the show. And we're going to have it up on upperroomwithjoekelley.com tonight. And we want to thank Tamar, Jackie Thompson, Esther Godinez. Wasn't able to make it tonight, but we had St. Paul Peterson and Alyssa Fiorello, the Electric Man, J.D. Silva. And, you know, we're going to definitely be in your corner, continued with all your projects, Tamar.
Thank you, guys. I love you guys so much. Everyone I've met, those who I've yet to meet, thank you guys so much.
Now we're going to play something which you co-wrote and sang with Prince on Saturday Night Live as well. It's from the 3121 record. And, you know, I was watching that performance the other day and, you know, just realized that was a special night, you know. You know what's funny? I didn't realize how much of a special night it was until people kept blowing me up, and they were like, hey, you're on Saturday Night Live, and I think some people thought it was real time, you know? Yeah, right.
And I remember looking at it, and the way he hugged me, and that, if you guys wanted to know how he was as a person, as a man, that's him. Even when I saw it, I was like, I don't remember him hugging me.
Right.
You know? He had a childlike spirit, and it just, that's what kept us going, was the fact that this man was older than us, but he had the most humbling spirit ever. So,
all right, immortalized. Prince, Tamar Davis, Beautiful, Loved, and Blessed from 3121. Thanks so much, Tamar.
Thank you, guys.
Wake up.